Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Central's Christmas Spectacular.
Now we got it. Now we're going.
Showtime.
Let me hear you say ho, ho. Say ho, 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 ho. Somebody, everybody, you and me, scream.
It helps to be able to hear it, right? Thank you, Vincent. Yeah, we're good now. Oh, gotta love it. So what you're seeing, yeah, is top is program, bottom is just a wide shot that's synced together, kind of. So yeah, this is Band of Merrymakers. If you are interested in doing this song, I have a lot of resources now because there was nothing out there for it. So I paid some people on Fiverr to create sheet music for this, chord sheets, piano music. Actually paid a guy to create all the stem tracks for this song as well. So all those xylophones, jingle bells, some electronic drums. We're just trying to make it fun. Hey, welcome to Christmas Spectacular, everybody. Listen.
Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Noel, holiday list. If Santa Claus don't come to your crib, you ain't gonna get no gift.
All right, that would have been better if we had somebody that could actually like rap and make that convincing, but it just didn't happen for this, so I had to do it.
The season to be jolly, la 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 la, la 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 la, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Prospero año feliz. Come on, sing it with me. I wanna wish you a merry.
All right, so yeah, this is our big opener, and we're just trying to make it a very fun atmosphere. People have come in from Christmastown, lots of kids in the room, just trying to make it, you know, festive feeling. So red and green lights, not trying to give away too much of the lighting programming stuff, so not going over the top with it, but just kind of adding energy. You know, you can see we've got the LED tape, just doing some fade on and fade offs. Filled up the choir loft with all the Christmas trees that we have.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Christmas time at Central.
Christmas time at Central. Christmas time at Central. Got a song for you and me of Christmas memories. Come on, put your hands together. Sing along.
Little chant.
Let me hear you say ho. Ho. Say ho, ho. Ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Somebody, everybody, you and me, scream! Merry Christmas! Woo!
All right, so now we just have a little welcome time. That this is our student pastor, Noah. He's a hoot. If you've ever watched any of our services, you know. So we're just kind of setting up this next song that me and him are going to do. That's just this really fun song that Church on the Move put out about 3 or 4 years ago. There's a reason we're wearing these giant sweaters. I'll just kind of leave it at that. Our banter got better like the next couple of services, but
And you know what? I bet your
it's all
calendars are
right.
just wide open. You got nothing going on this Christmas, right? December's just wide open. Nobody ever asks you to do anything. So thanks for coming to our Christmas Spectacular. Man, I love Christmas. What's your favorite thing about Christmas?
Oh, I love.
we were winging this basically.
presents. I'm just gonna be
You know,
totally selfish.
that's
and
a
say
good one.
that.
You know what my favorite is?
I love gifts.
Those little Debbie Christmas tree cakes.
Oh,
Can I
those
get
are-
an amen?
those are
Why can't
delicious.
those be here like all
Those are
year round?
delicious.
They're way better than the Easter ones, all that stuff.
Oh, another good thing
Amen.
about Christmas.
yeah.
Ready? No, I was gonna say the gifts again. It's like
Yeah.
the opening the gifts.
How about
and
how
all
good
that.
we look?
You look really good. I like your. Give me the number of your stylist.
Well, you know, I think you already got it. Man, it would be nice though if
So now I'm trying to
I had my
transition
wish.
us into this
and Christmas
song.
was every day of the year.
Christmas every day of the
Awesome would
year.
that be, right?
That'd be
Kids, would you
fantastic,
like Christmas
right?
to be every day? No. Oh, we got some
Every day?
skeptics.
Yeah.
We got some skeptics.
We got to do something about those skeptics.
And you know, I'm really passionate about this, and I think the only way that I can truly convey my feelings.
So a couple thoughts before we move into this next section is, in ProPresenter, I had a file that was in the key of C major with that kind of Christmassy background music. Worship Tutorials actually just put out some new stuff. If you're looking for something like that, that's royalty free. I got this off of Audio Network, actually. But so when they clicked on that welcome slide that says Merry Christmas, it automatically started playing that. It was all panned right. I had leveled it already, so it was a little bit lower volume, so that way nobody had to think about it. It was just ready to go. And then I think it was like a minute and a half. So when that music faded out, I knew, okay, it's time to wrap up and let's get going into the song. The next song is all on ProPresenter timeline, and it has MIDI Q sync for the lighting and everything, and it's a lot of fun.
Is with,
An awkward musical number, isn't it?
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
Rhonda, let's do it in C major. Lights, please.
So the click track just started.
Doug,
She's just kind of vamping.
Keep it peppy, all right? Yes, it's going to be good. Get ready, people. Christmas comes just once a year, filled with my favorite stuff.
It's one short day, and I will say not nearly long enough.
So one thing that we did to help ourselves with this, because we only practiced this maybe 2 or 3 times, we had TVs at the front that were running off an Apple TV, a different stage display, and his lines were in blue, my lines were in yellow, and together was in white.
So I propose,
Whether friend or foe,
we unite together and say, every day is Christmas. Let's
Here it
have
comes.
Christmas every day. Woo, that's better.
All right, so those tearaway sweaters, Church on the Move did a full outfit tearaway, which was too much for me, and they had people pull them off. We just did the sweaters, and our children's, well, she's not our children's anymore. She's our connections director. She's good at like seamstress stuff, kind of. So she put those together, and those were Velcroed in certain areas. But man, I was hot. I had a bunch of layers on.
like Christmas as much as we do. Come on and celebrate the whole year through. I think you're gonna buy it if you go ahead and try it.
It's Christmas every day of the year. August 22nd or the middle of May. There's lights on the tree and gifts every day. We're getting kind of chubby and we're running out of money, but it's Christmas every day of the year.
I saw the video cut
We're
out
with
there.
Grandma Fern and Cousin Vern and creepy Uncle
You see her oxygen tank smoking a cigarette.
Steve. And because it's Christmas every day, they will never leave.
Okay, I was just motioning right there. You can see they were supposed to have brought the car prop on, and our dancers hadn't quite done it yet. We only rehearsed the prop thing like one time, so not bad.
Obnoxious Christmas music every day on the drive.
For 24/7 and 365.
It's getting kinda lame-o, cause every day's the same-o. It's Christmas every day of the year. What?
Okay, we're going to get into tap dancing in just a second, but hold the phone. We got a super chat from Jake. Merry Christmas, Jake. You're awesome. My children, thank you. All right, so this tap dancing part, we just decided like just to ham it up, and the taps are all on the click track. You can get the click track files from Seeds resources from Church on the Move, and the alpha video, which for some reason is not on the program feed, even though I set it to all do it automatically when they clicked it. It doesn't matter. But we did have to pay to get the sheet music. I had somebody transcribe it on Fiverr as well. For all this, they didn't have any music for it at all. So we're just doing drums and piano at this point. And fake tap dancers. Here we go.
River dance.
River dance. That was, the spirit moved me.
That's a good burn. Come on. Oh,
You next?
I'm not gonna try. Feeling good though.
I was so out of breath.
We'll have turkey thighs and pumpkin pies and inactivity. We'll gorge until we push the limits of obesity. Christmas sound.
Oh, it's changing.
Gained 4 pounds.
All right, so like I said, all this is on a timeline. All these lights are synced with MIDI from ProPresenter sending over to Vista. So this one's not as super involved, but there are some like direct hits that I wanted to make sure started at the right time.
Kids at home.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Family fight.
Oh, pants too tight.
Gifts to buy.
Not another necktie.
Just be kind. Lose my mind.
Stop.
I don't think this is a great idea after all.
Can't breathe.
Before too long, our civilization will most likely fall.
It's such a funny bit. If you guys are looking for something fun like this, you should check it out. Church on the
August
Moose.
9th, Christmas Day, 2054 AD. No one is working. No one is being educated. Humans have been on
So right now, we are actually changing costumes.
Christmas break for 33 years.
So I just did voiceover for this part.
Civilization has collapsed. It's every man for himself now. We thought it was a good idea to have Christmas every single day of the year. We were wrong. We were dead wrong.
What have we done? We just wanted to have fun. We did not foresee collapsing the economy. So, like I was saying, just one day a year.
All right, so I remember on this one, when I got that shirt out of this back area, it was hiding behind that little back rail. The sleeves were turned inside out, and so during that blackout time, I was like trying so hard to get the sleeves out. It was all happening so fast, and you're trying not to like breathe as hard as you can into your, because you're wearing the headset mics, you know, all that fun stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys are getting a kick out of this, just like hearing a little behind the scenes stuff as we go.
Is perfectly proportionate for holiday cheer.
So go ahead, it's not too late to turn it back to just one day. Christmas should be Christmas for just one day
Kick line.
of the year. One day of the year.
All right, so we go straight into actually a really old video, just like a funny video from Bluefish TV. How many of you remember getting videos from Bluefish? Handbell Hero. Just using this as a transition piece to get all the dancers and everybody off stage right. So stage left, my prop guys and this other amazing guitarist can come in and get set up for his setup. He plays 2 guitars at once. His name's Jason Swanson, and he's just a buddy of mine that I've known for a long time, local here in Tulsa, and brought him in to come and play on this. One of the other party tricks that's happening right now is we do have a low-lying fog machine that I rented. It's the Martin Jim Glaciator. So we ran that tubing from backstage where we had to wire it into our baptistry 50 amp breaker. So it's sitting backstage and then just like ducting for dryer vents or pumping it up onto the stage there. So Jason is awesome. One of his inputs had some buzz on it, and I think that it was too close to our LED tape maybe. But I remixed this for online, and you can hear some panning stuff that I think I had it panned too much in the stream mix. So I went back and redid this, added some reverb, that kind of thing. So here you go. You can kind of see what he's doing here. So we got the low-lying fog. I did have to have our... we turned off all the air conditioners in the room right before this and right after, or else the return vents suck up the fog. We can do that via Wi-Fi on our thermostats. Still does it a little bit, but it stays down good enough. We tried the Hollyland C1. Way too much latency. I returned it. It stayed connected really good. So if you see something that's out of sync late, that's the Hollyland. I think we had probably... I love that shot. That's the G85 with a 42.5 mil. That's on that slider down front, filling background with the projector screen. I think we had trees on stage, I don't know, 40 trees. The guy before me had like triple the amount of those tiny trees, and we got rid of a bunch of them. But they make good choir members back there, don't they? Jason's so good. Victor says, I love your background. You talking about this background or the background like of the trees? He's good, right? Give it up for Jason. And you haven't even seen anything yet. Okay, so switching tunings here. Jason Swanson Music, if you want to check him out. And he does have a full Christmas album of acoustic music on Spotify, I think. In our later performances, I think the guys got up on stage and kind of had a shot down the flat of the guitar neck. You can see there, they're kind of down on the ground. In later performances, they got up higher to where you could see his fingers going on the fretboard. Yeah, he's so good. That is crazy to me. Yeah, I wish they would have got a few more really close-up shots. He's kind of moving around, though, a lot.
Give it up for Jason Swanson, everybody.
So he was definitely like a crowd favorite. And, man, just so good. So now I use this Red Rocks Worship medley. You've probably seen it. To transition now, we've focused the lights over on that side of the stage. My wife's going to start singing. Everything's black on the other side so they could take everything off without being a distraction, stage left. This was a really smooth way to get kind of into the more worship music kind of thing. I also have the sheet music for this that I had to create. If you'd like it, Red Rocks doesn't have a piano sheet for this. Had the violin as well. My wife's so good. She's gonna kill me. So it starts creeping in here. So we're into God Rest Ye now. So I think they were confused. Kevin sings the next song. Mel was singing this one. Washing the lights one way, back to the center. So this lyric video I paid to have made a few years ago when we did this song. We did it with angle grinders and some extra drumming. And so I just repurposed that lyric video and kind of retimed it to work with this tempo of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. Luckily, we didn't do any weird lyrics or anything. Again, this is the Red Rocks Church medley that we are covering. Still not congregational worship yet, though. Going into Oh Holy Night. So this is Kevin Rogers. If you don't know him, he's a buddy of mine that he's an amazing guitarist, and he's played guitar for me forever. Then a few years ago, I found out he could sing, and then this year he was on The Voice. It's crazy. So I think he made it. He made it to the battle rounds. So you may have seen him, Kevin Rogers music. But this song gets up there a little higher than I wanted to sing, so I just turned it over to him. Drop out lights, back in big. Swing out the lights into the crowd winders. And with Jesus on the screen, go to blackout for transition. So that's kind of some of my thoughts on the lighting stuff you can see there. I'm just trying to use colors and dynamics to kind of help tell the story of the song. So I probably will fast forward through this just a little bit. It's a video that's setting up Joy to the World. So this is a video from Igniter Media that's all about Joy to the World, and they kind of walk through playing the piano and stuff. Let's see if I can just get to the end of it, though. What about here?
You'll remember the note she told me to pause.
So we're going to use this to kind of get us into Joy to the World.
And last note. So I sat down at her piano and played the scale with the pause.
He's doing it in C, so we're going to do it in C. Lincoln Brewster version coming up. So the band will start shimmering.
And that's when I realized the good news she was talking about.
All right, church, I'd love for you to stand with us and let's celebrate that good news tonight.
All right, so now we're into congregational worship. I think that was the first, like, wrong cut I've seen where they went to Romer where he wasn't ready. He was trying to get that guitar solo at the beginning. You know, the thing about this Christmas service for us is it's not... We're trying to get lost people to come to this event. So that all of that stuff up to this point has been very, like, not entertainment, but to an extent, yeah, entertainment, like very not in your face, more fun, celebratory, festive kind of feeling, sometimes even not about Jesus. And then now we are doing some more upbeat kind of songs that hopefully they're familiar enough that they can sing along even if they don't go to church. But it's not like this quiet, reverent time yet. Just trying to give an on-ramp for people to start, you know, engaging. I hope that makes sense. I think this lyric video was just from YouTube. Guitar solo. You made it. You didn't miss it.
Let's celebrate. Come on.
Come on, Kevin. Some sloppy switching there, but these guys are amazing. I mean, my stream director had gone and charted out in an Excel spreadsheet how he was going to switch throughout the night for each song ahead of time. Like, and he's 17. Finger tapping.
Come on, that's good news, and that's a reason to sing.
So we were supposed to do a little cleaner punches there on A minor, C over E to F. That one got cleaned up a little bit later in the other two services, but it's not horrible. You know, I kind of covered it up with some exhortation there. Anthony asks, where did you get the Christmas backgrounds for the screens? So these that you're going to see right here are all from Shift Worship, but we subscribe to Igniter Media. So most of these other ones at the beginning of the stream that you've seen have been custom lyric videos that I've either made or paid to have made. This is just lyrics on top of some different pieces. And I'm always thinking about even like color schemes. You know, we started the service with big, bright, very Christmassy colors, reds, greens, golds. And then we kind of transitioned into more of a just gold look. Then for these two songs, we've done more of a blue, like hinting more towards intimacy kind of feeling. Now we're going into purples and golds, like the golden Christmas tree lights, trying to gradually just use color to pull people into that time of like more of an intimate worship feel. So this song has a lot of words and it kind of worried me, but having a female lead always helps because women just sing out. And so, man, the high harmonies on this though are high. All right, I'm going to skip ahead from this song. We end with "Oh Come, Let Us Adore Him," just kind of a congregational worship time. That's our congregational worship stuff. So then we moved into still in the key of D. Now, I prayed.
I say all this, I pray all this.
And then we're transitioning into Kevin Rogers.
Amen. You can be seated.
There's still a delay on my voice during the prayer. That's always fun. Amen. 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 So, Kevin's playing this one in open D. Stage-wise, I just found this kind of wintry scene looking out through a window. We need some key light that is movable. I took down the ones we used to use because they weren't white balanced correctly. And you can see Kevin doesn't have a ton of light on his face. And I had about 6 Source 4 Juniors that were they were blown out. They weren't working. And we don't have a lift, so I couldn't just hop up and replace the bulbs real quick. You can see there on our roamer, it's at f2.0, so he's got a little more light on his lens. And this is maybe one of those times where it's like maybe having live shading with somebody, controlling ISO and stuff would be helpful. But I pretty much pre-plan all of our lighting, so that way I take care of that and make it balanced. It's not horrible. And I was kind of going for a very like moody, dark feel with this. Just like, hey, just let him sing this over you, kind of like beautifulness, because he's so good. Listen.
Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore.
There's a reason he was on The Voice.
Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once.
If you're a worship pastor, I just encourage you, surround yourself with the very best people that you can. People that share your vision, yeah, but I mean, I'm so thankful. We have so many talented people. And Kevin, this is not his church home. He's just a buddy that has played with me for a long time, off and on, and he decided he was able to come and play. Did you hear that baby cry?
Yourself a merry little Christmas now.
So our guys are really good about starting and ending songs on a wide shot. I think he thought it was over, so he went to it a little soon. But I like to have those start and ends of a song on wide shots for whenever I took this song and put it out on Facebook as an ad of just him, but it gives context to where he's singing this song instead of just starting on a close-up. And I know if you do iMag, that probably doesn't work for you, but we don't do iMag. So if you watched one of my previous videos about, how to use kids to transition, your service with this easy video, this is what we did here. So the angels are talking, or the stars, not the angels, I guess. Little clips, familiar. We're setting up the idea, what's Christmas really all about? Like, we've done all this fun stuff here in our service, but we're about to turn it, right? And really make you remember it's all about Jesus. And so that's what this video is doing. And then with the kids, it just works, y'all. So I don't think I've shown this yet on my channel. So you can see it now.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
There it is.
And there in that same country, shepherds abiding in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them. And they were very scared, and they were afraid. And the angel said to them, "Fear not. I bring you good tidings of great joy. Of great joy. Of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day of the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord."
It's so sweet, right? It really does kind of like make you take a breath.
And this will be a sign unto you. You'll find the baby wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in the manger. And suddenly there is with the angels a multitude of heavenly hosts. They were praising God, saying, "Glory to God in the highest." Good in the
And like I said,
God in the highest.
I did a whole behind the scenes on how we did this, and this is the third year we've done this.
Peace,
Different kids, obviously.
and goodwill toward men.
And here it is.
That's what Christmas is all about.
All right, and so the music that I chose for that is in the same key as this next song, which is Noel by Tommy Prophet. It was interesting, though, because I couldn't find a song that was really the same, like time signature. And this next one is in 3/4. So as it counts in, our singer, Caitlin, had to really think like, okay, I'm coming in, on 2 of the second measure. And I wanted it to just be seamless, That background is from Igniter Media. We're just we're going to build the living nativity. So there's our angels and shepherds over there. And they're going to be scared. Oh, I like that shot. Good job, guys. Look, with the light coming through the angel wings. Oh yeah, he was trying to do gimbal. Did he fall? Hey, not bad. That was kind of a last minute, like, hey, let's throw this one on the gimbal so I can follow them around. And these guys have never worked with gimbals. I think my intern was running that, and he's 18 or 19. Caitlin has an amazing voice for this song. So Tommy Prophet's a guy, and we did it half a step up from where he does it. It's insane. And so it's just a lot of piano. We do the living nativity thing. It's just sweet, and it works, right? All right, so now I think Mary and Joseph are going to come in. I might have gone to something different there. Here they come. Maybe just followed him like a bride down the aisle, or something. Again, this was our first performance. We did 3 of these. I told him, take risks. We'll have other tries where we can... This won't be the cut that makes the final video, but I want my guys to have some ownership to, you know, do it the way they want. They feel like their creativity is leading them, and not me being like, do it exactly this way every time. We always joke that these angels' arms have to be getting tired at the end of this song, right? Thank you, Vincent. All right, we're building, and the shepherds are supposed to go down to one knee whenever we go to the chorus here. Lights come on big. There's the wise men. Man, I do like the gimbal stuff. If we could have really practiced with that maybe more. Do you guys use a gimbal in your services or special stuff like this? I use gimbals for stuff all the time, but we really haven't tried it much live on the ground like that, but it definitely makes it more dynamic. Yeah, I would have tried to get a close-up of baby Jesus, which was actually a little baby girl. But maybe a close-up of, you know, that's what I tell everybody. When we get to this moment, everybody's looking at Jesus. Like, that's the focus, right? So, you know, your attention is there. But I'm not sure that maybe they couldn't get a good shot. Lights out. And then we just kind of shimmer here to resolve it on a G. Lights go out. We transition into a video. Nativity people leave and take the manger with them. So I love this video. If you've never used it before, it's called The Christmas Gospel. I think by Igniter, actually. And it's a good transition for moving from the nativity to the cross and kind of to that gospel message call to an invitation. And so we did that, and then our pastor will come up and give his invitation. And then we did a response song, King of Kings. We did the full thing. Let's see. Then we have one final song after that. We'll break down. Here we go. All right, so this is Drummer Boy for King and Country. We did it last year, and we have a guy on snare, and then we have 4 toms that you'll see come in here in just a little bit. We didn't have a performance where everything went perfect out of the 3, but this one was pretty good. I think we'll see if everything happens here. A lot going on in this song. Oh yeah, Brett was saying his click track was not loud enough in his ears for this opening right here. It's all right, we got it going though. All right, Tom's come in here in just a second. So we got glitter on the top of the toms, lights underneath. Looks amazing. This is all MIDI cued, light-wise, if you watch the bottom. can't see our other tom players. They're on the very outside edge of the stages over there with lights underneath their drums, just to kind of spread it out and make it feel really big. And we have the low-lying fog going just for good measure on this one too, since it's the last song. Yes, any questions you guys have, you want to talk tech, this is the last song of this, and I'd love to get into some Q&A stuff for the rest of the stream. So go ahead and post those questions if you want to. Anything that you want to know about what we are doing here for Christmas, or just any tech question, let's just chat for a while. That's why I like doing these, really, is not to talk to myself, but to visit with you guys. I don't know why the fog was going that one way. I don't know. This is all, like I said, MIDI queued from ProPresenter to Jan's Vista on the ProPresenter timeline. We just have slides that have the MIDI cues that are just hitting a play command. So these are all preset things in Vista. It's just playing it at the right time. Lights out.
On my drum.
Those are those glowing drumsticks as well. It's such a fun song. I mean, I did give like a whole spiel before it, talking about like why I like the song and kind of what it means to me, each verse. And if you really think about it, this song is way more than just a fun drum song. It's got some cool thoughts behind it.
Then he smiled at me, me and my drum.
So all the drummers are on wireless in-ears. They're using the same receiver, same transmitter, and I have 5 packs that all go back to it. All right, confetti cannons are supposed to be happening right at the end of this. I think somebody forgot theirs.
Yeah.
Okay, it happened. All right, so then the final thing that we did was a big giveaway for a gift card. And you can see here, hopefully, at the end, Noah had his iPhone going to the Apple TV. That way you could see like all the names on the little pinwheel on the app he was using. People used a QR code to register for that. And then I thought that was cool because it wasn't like just him looking at his phone and randomly picking somebody, or I don't know. It was a nice element. And so they just went to the aux, because everything's going out of our second ATEM to the screen. So you can choose which input to go to the screen. So for some reason that time it was a little more laggy. And then the other 2 performances that seemed to work flawlessly is from his phone to the Apple TV. So yeah, that's kind of what our Christmas Spectacular was like. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's jump into the chat now and just talk, worship and tech Q&A. There's been a bunch going on. I'm a little scared to try anything new during the month of December, although we did that whole show running the original beta version of ProPresenter, the 8 that they released on the Slack channel. So today, actually, they just came out with the new like official release that you can download if you're not subscribed to the beta. Um, there's been a few other betas that came up between them that I tried, and it was screwing up a bunch of stuff. So I went back to the other one that fixed some things, and that's just the way it goes. I feel like with ProPresenter. Can I get an amen? They fixed 4 things that were wrong. Then you go to use it, and now all of a sudden, your stuff's misformatted or whatever, and so you have to find these things and report them back. Like, I don't have time to be your beta tester. Like, I need to use the software and I need it to work. Can I get an amen? Like, I might just go back. Honestly, I might just go back to ProPresenter 6 and have multiple computers. Like, I don't know what the deal is, but I love ProPresenter 7 too, though, so I'm torn because it does a lot of really good stuff as well. Of course, I have a whole video on that, and then they updated a bunch of stuff that I wanted them to update, which is great. Oh my gosh, come on, let's go, baby. Where are we at? Vincent, Merry Christmas to you. Woo! That's awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat. What? Is that $50? Holy menorah. That's amazing. Vincent, dude, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. If you have a question, please ask. That's crazy. You guys are the best. I don't even know what I was talking about. ProPresenter, I think. Speaking of ProPresenter, I think we did have a question come in. Let's see, from Jay. He was he's trying to figure out how to do this kind of multi-screen thing where you have your pre-service announcements up on the main screen, but then on the stage display, you're just running the lyrics. And so the way that you're going to do that is you're going to build an audience look. Now, here's the tricky thing. The tricky thing, first of all, why are you wanting to do that? Are you rehearsing while people are in the worship center? Because we do this currently as well, but it's to the announcement layer, and that is going out a separate feed to our lobby TVs. So that's easy enough. What I was going to say was you could build an audience look to where like the lyrics, like any text boxes were not sent to that display on the main feed. And you could just add those as slide elements, like put the pictures of the announcements on there. But if you're putting them in ProPresenter and typing on them, then that won't work. Ours are always just like JPEGs that we've made in Photoshop or something, so that works fine for us. But yeah, you're gonna have to play with audience looks. If you're not currently using the announcement layer, maybe you could utilize that. There's so many variables, I'm not sure how your things are sending, out from different outputs, how many outputs you have. So hopefully that was clear as mud for you. I don't know. I'm sure you could figure it out, though, a way to do it. So Jeff asked, so is it the Vista in one big queue? Yeah, I think what he's saying is, and I think the answer is yes, Jeff. We run our services, even that Christmas Spectacular. I think Christmas Spectacular, if I was guessing, probably had 300 queues all in one playlist in order. And so the only thing I don't like about sending MIDI from doing it that way is that when we send MIDI from ProPresenter to Vista, it's just a play command. So wherever we're at in the playlist for Vista, it's just going to keep playing from there. It doesn't, like, you could set it to where each song had its own MIDI note, but the way that Vista works, it's kind of like you build on top of the cues. And so I like to have everything, it's additive is the word, everything just in order. That way I make sure, lights not going on and off. So I don't want to jump between playlists of like different songs, especially for an event like that. So the problem can be if they're not on the right cue, like on our plan sheet, it says like lighting, be on welcome cue. MIDI will start the next cue when pushed, when played via ProPresenter or something like that. So they know once they're on the welcome cue, don't touch it. Like when she clicks play in ProPresenter on the timeline, it's going to fire everything. So it's a little dangerous because if you're one cue off, it can mess up the whole thing, which did happen a couple times to us. So it just depends on how intricate you are wanting to get with your lighting. I know that I'm of the minority. Most people would do things the other way around, which I'm seeing some value in, where you would have a separate program running things like either QLab or Ableton or Pro Tools or something like that, and then Pro Presenters just firing the videos. Um, I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of how we have it going. So, um, Adam says, "How do you decide the arrangement of the Christmas songs you sing? Every church has their version." So that's a great question, Adam. For arrangements for our Christmas spectacular, they're very different arrangements than for our like just Sunday mornings. The way that I've kind of done Sunday mornings at our church for Christmas season in the past is I've kind of just done where like first Sunday of December we do one Christmas song, maybe second Sunday we might do two, third Sunday three, and then Christmas Eve we'll do all. But even this year, honestly, it's all on me. I didn't plan very well. I need to give my people. The thing about Christmas is like it's all brand new songs. It's all new arrangements. So you're asking your volunteers to learn 4 new songs every week, and so I just decided I'm not doing that. Like we're singing worship songs with 1 Christmas song each Sunday. And I think I did 2 last Sunday, but one of those we'd already done. How do I decide what arrangements to do? I look at, do I like the arrangement? First of all, do I have a singer maybe that I can just hear singing that song? Is it playable for our musicians that week? I might have one guitarist that could pull off the Lincoln Brewster version of Joy to the World and not sweat about it. And so we do that. But then the next week, I'm not going to do that because my other guy is more of a rhythm player. And I'd be asking him to put in 8 hours of rehearsal, to figure out that solo part. And he has kids' basketball games and a life and all those other things. So I need to do a better job. My plan next year is to have all of our Christmas songs that we're going to do, a bank of 6 songs that are going to be our worship songs available to everybody in the fall. So that way I don't have to feel guilty about scheduling them. So that's kind of how I think through it. How do I find them? I don't know. It seems like what happens every year is that a really good Christmas worship song will come out like when it's too late to really start using it. So I have a whole like bookmarks bar in my stuff of where it seems like after like this week and next week, I'll be hearing stuff and finding stuff, and I'll just go ahead and favorite those. So that way next summer in July when I'm planning, I can go back to that and look through those. Or even in my notes app, if I'm driving around and I see or I hear something, I'll jot it in my notes app under Christmas potentials or whatever, or save it to Spotify. So, Sam, Merry Christmas to you too up in Canada. We got to visit yesterday. Sam jumped on a Jimmy Zoom call. If you're interested in those, you can see. It's not going to be in this description because it was such a mess to get this live stream going. But if you go to like jimmy.app/Ryland Russell, you can schedule a one-on-one kind of consult. We talked about lighting stuff for a church that he's doing some consulting with. So, okay. So Jay says he's doing a prelude back to his issue of like needing words on the confidence monitor on the stage display, but not on the top. Okay. That makes more sense. Doug, great question. Equipment question, Lumix G85 or G9? So follow-up question to you, Doug. Are you using this for live streaming, I'm assuming? Because they're different animals. If it's live streaming, I would definitely say the G85 is great. It's very sufficient. A G9 might have a little better autofocus, but we're not going to use that in a live setting. But it's much better for photography. It's kind of more of like Lumix's photo camera. And it does have, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, the G9 is the only one I think that has a recording limit of 30 minutes. I don't know if that affects like the HDMI output, like in some cameras it will. But I'm sitting here on my Canon RP and it's not going to shut off, and it has a 30-minute time limit. So maybe the G9 doesn't. I don't know. I don't have a G9. That's the only like Lumix I don't have. I have a GH4, GH5. I don't have the GH5S. I'd love one of those. G85, and then I have like 3 G7s. So that's my initial thoughts on between those two cameras. The stabilization is going to be about the same for handheld, I think. They claim the G9 is a little bit better than the GH5 sensor stabilization, but yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of the G85 for sure. So Jay says, "Thank you, Rylan. Appreciate you, bro." I appreciate you guys. Like I said, it's been a fun year. I started doing this YouTube journey at the beginning of 2021, really, and I think we're almost to 1,800 subscribers. My goal, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, my goal is to get to 2,000 before the end of the year. I would love to break that barrier. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All those YouTube things that you do, like this video so people can find it. You know, but I've got some big plans coming up in the next year, and I'm excited for what's to come. Just I like getting to do these live streams with you guys because having the conversation is what I love probably the most about YouTube. And I need to get better at like trying to not just put out like here's something that I learned, but like I don't know, trying to have more conversation in the comments with you guys and hear from you because like y'all are brilliant. You're coming up with great things too. And so yeah, just the fact that like earlier somebody was on here from Switzerland, you know, it's crazy. You guys gonna update to the new Pro Presenter beta that just came out today before Christmas, or are you gonna wait? Let's I'm curious, what, yes or no? Update to the latest, or what are you using right now if you're still running 7.6.1? I'm a little scared. I'm not going to do it before this weekend, that's for sure. I might do some testing next weekend on the new one, or not next weekend, but next week. Or I might just test here on my MacBook Pro, but that's just not the same, you know? Like, we have a Decklink Duo hooked up in the other one. So many other variables, like things that could go wrong. I really like to test where we're going to be using it. So I have a really cool thing that we just worked on yesterday that I'll be doing a video about soon. Something neat that my pastor is going to be starting to utilize. We installed a TV in a new area, and I don't want to give away too much about it, but it's a cool solution, hopefully, to a problem. So Jay has another question. He says, "Do you guys do an Easter spectacular?" But seriously, yeah. What our Easter kind of habit that we've gotten into, that I've liked, that we've kind of fallen into, is we do a Good Friday service that is worship in the round. So I do have a video on my channel all about that, where I vlogged during, or really before that service this last year. So you can go check that out if you search on my channel for worship in the round. It's one of my very favorite like actual worship services that we get to do. And you know, we're kind of moving from a choir centric model, where it was very like performance based choir pieces. Even if you go back and watch some of our previous Christmas spectaculars, I love that the choir involved, you know, 40 to 50 people every year. But I really want to move our worship ministry, if we're gonna do choir, which we usually do at our Easter Good Friday service, to being a worship choir model. And then that Sunday morning is just another typical Sunday. We might have like an opener video, like special music thing, but typically I want people that are guests to not, like for an Easter Sunday morning service, I don't want it to be so different from our normal Sundays that like they come back the next week, hopefully, and they're like, oh, this is nothing like I thought it was. You know, where's all the dancers? Where's all the live animals? No, that's not what we do. So Greg says that he's sticking on 7.7.1 until January 3rd. Okay. I actually, 7.7.1 was causing lots of issues for us. We have to restart Pro Presenter every hour if we're actually like using it. And I really don't think it's our machine. Like, we have a very powerful iMac, and according to Renewed Vision, it should be able to do everything we're asking it to do. Um, I will say the new beta seems like it doesn't appear to be as laggy, but it still is. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Used to, you would click and nothing would like happen, and maybe it would even spin. And now, like, I can click on something and it'll play the timeline, but like when it actually hits the slide, it might be delayed by like a second unless I restart the program. And I don't know if that's because we're running an, announcement loops through our building from ProPresenter like 24/7. If that's why, I don't know. We got to do some testing and try to figure this out. It's just one of those things. Like, I don't have time to like sit and, you know, fiddle with ProPresenter tests for 3 hours every day and get on chat. So hopefully this newest beta is rock solid, and you know, it'll solve a lot of problems. So all right, guys, it's 3:10 here, so I don't know what time it is where you guys are at, but we've been doing this for quite a while now. I think I started at 1:30 messing with stuff. So if you have any final questions, drop them in the chat. I've got a couple more videos in me before the end of the year. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. And I want to say thank you one more time to all you guys who put in super chats today that got the hit on the super chat button. Like that, I don't make money on YouTube, really. I mean, like, it's not, I'm not really doing it. I mean, I'm doing it to hopefully make money eventually, but the super chats go a long way. Like, I think I've made more money on super chats this year than I have in all of YouTube commissions, probably. So what I'm saying is, like, I really appreciate it, guys. You don't have to super chat, whatever. But if you do find value, even if you just like a video whenever it comes out, or you comment on it, like, that goes a long way. It's just to help me out and make it, you know, worth the time that it takes. Because, you know, we all get the same amount of time in life, and we choose how we're going to spend it. And so, like, for me, it's the end of the week. I'm taking off next week, and I decided I've got time to do this live stream and set this up, and hopefully this adds value to people's lives. And my other worship and tech guys, we can kind of learn from each other, and that's why I did this today. So, yeah. Greg comments on ProPresenter. He said they've had delays like that around 7.5, but it's been fine since then. We use a separate machine for announcement loops, announcement layer for lower thirds. That's interesting. Yeah, we were going to actually run all of our announcement loops on Fire Sticks using Proclaims. They're free stuff that you can run. But back then our Wi-Fi wasn't very good. And so I may actually just hook a Fire Stick up to the ATEM and try running our announcement loops off that, because you can sync that just over the internet. It can't do video, though, very well, so maybe not. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with ProPresenter 7, though, was like you can do all this from one computer. You know, it can run the announcement loops. It can do all these things. It can send lower thirds and separate displays. And so I just don't advertise that it can do it if it can't do it. So I think it can. I mean, maybe I'm just asking too much of ProPresenter. And I don't want this to make it feel like I'm dogging ProPresenter, because or else they'll email me and, you know, I don't know. It's amazing. We couldn't do our ministry without it. But our second show, the video was choppy the whole Christmas spectacular. You want to talk about maddening? To spend hours upon hours upon hours preparing for this, and then to have the video going, the audio was fine the whole show, and not being able to like restart ProPresenter, because we know when we restart it, it's going to take about a minute and a half before we can actually use ProPresenter. And so it's just like, you know what, just roll with it. Like, it'll be all right. That's the kind of stuff that makes me be like, okay, maybe I'm asking too much of this program, you know. But then I was like, maybe I need to upgrade to one of the new M1X. Like, I've got my MacBook Pro here that can run anything and everything. Maybe I just need to try switching it to this and just see if it screws up. But then I hear from other guys that are like, yeah, we use M1s and we have issues as well. So I don't know. Maysoft, I'll give him a little shout out. He says, I made an open source project on GitHub to do lower thirds and subtitles. Yeah. Well, you probably can't link to it, but if you want to comment what to search for on GitHub, I don't think you can put links in the comments. And I'm using there's other things out there you can use. I'm using H2R graphics, which is free for this stuff right now. That would be good for that kind of thing too. But I think the problem with most churches in doing that is that we don't have multiple people to be able to have somebody that's like the lower thirds operator, right? Like that's the really attractive thing about Pro 7 and the way we use it is I have one operator, they click the welcome slide for it to come up on the screen, and it's already preset to send the animated lower third look to the stream for the person's title card. It's all done from one spot. That's the attractive thing about it. And yeah, you could definitely do it with 2 or 3 other computers and maybe solve some of these problems, but I just want it to work. So, yeah. Maysoft says, search live subs on GitHub. And I do want to give a shout out. If you guys are not subscribed to, I don't know if he's still here, to Sam, if you search, or I don't know if you can click on his title, Live Production Tips and Tools. He's doing a lot of the same stuff for live production and live streaming, and he'd be a good one to go over there and hit the subscribe button on too if you get a chance. Okay, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up right there, and I'm going to see how I can end this stream. I really appreciate you guys hopping on. I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas if I don't do another one of these before the end of the year. It's been an awesome, amazing year. Thanks to you guys. I really, really appreciate it. All right. God bless, guys.